Line. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k, drive for the best.
Wally Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first.
Wally Sanders Truck Line. We keep God and family first.
Wally Sanders Truck Line, and Let's Talk About It Ministry are collecting book bags for underprivileged families. Hey, donate a book bag. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wow, they got their book bag. If you want to call and talk about this, call 334-470-2105. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wally Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama.
At Wally Sanders Truck Line, we still have the $1,000 sign-on bonus. We give you Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. We match it up to 4%. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. Come drive for the company that puts God and family first. Wally Sanders Truck Line. We're looking for team drivers. That's right, team drivers. Our team drivers can make up to $150,000 a year. Wally Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Look, the new T680s, they're here, they're here. At Wally Sanders Truck Line, we still have the $1,000 sign-on bonus. We have good equipment. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have a dental plan. We match your 401k up to 4%. Remember, at Wally Sanders Truck Line, these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Come to Wally Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. You're not just a number. We know your name. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Family owned. Troy, Alabama. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Wally Sanders Truck Line. We put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Do you need to get home to your furry friend? Then come to Wally Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wally Sanders Truck Lines is looking for team drivers. That's right, team drivers. Starting out at $150,000 a year. Yeah, I said it, $150,000 a year. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Who's got the T680? At Wally Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home. We got the money. We got the trucks. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Wally Sanders Truck Line. We put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company that can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wally Sanders Truck Line. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today.
I am super excited. Got all kind of company. Got our president, Mr. Parker here. Got the mayor. Great city of Troy. We got the mayor. But the most important thing we got is Richard Dawson, one of our drivers that's got 5 million miles. Somebody was smart enough to tell you how many times that is around the earth. I'm not going to steal it from him. I'm going to let him tell you. But we're excited. We'll be right back with the mayor and the scripture of the day. We're going to have a good time this morning. It's all about you, Mr. Dawson.
Wally Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wally Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. At Wally Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wally Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wally Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steady getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go. At Wally Sanders Truck Line, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wally Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wally Sanders Truck Line, state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wally Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wally Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Hey, Wally Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you. And thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice and clean.
Nice and shiny.
Are you an experienced driver looking for a good truck driving job? Then try Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We're looking for team drivers. We're looking for single drivers. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we have it for you. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we know one thing. Drivers first.
Wally Sanders Truck Lines. We keep God and family first.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and Let's Talk About It Ministry are collecting book bags for underprivileged families. Hey, donate a book bag. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wow, they got their book bag. If you want to call and talk about this, call 334-470-2105. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we still have the $1,000 sign-on bonus. We give you Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. We match it up to 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. Come drive for the company that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We're looking for team drivers. That's right, team drivers. Our team drivers can make up to $150,000 a year. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Wiley Sanders.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Mayor, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jeffrey.
What a surprise.
Yeah.
What a surprise. I've always told you had an open invitation and you took it for granted. You did it. I'm glad to have you.
I'm glad to be here. Richard had called me and told me that today was his big day, and I'm just so proud of him and so proud of this wonderful company that I just wanted to be able to come in and say hello and
To stay somewhere that long and accomplish what he has accomplished, that says a lot about the Sanders company. It says a lot.
Absolutely. And, we started to get a little appreciation, I think, during the pandemic for transportation and things like that. But to have someone be able to do what Richard's done, the only way you can do that is to work for a company that is that's world class, and that's what this company is.
Well, good deal. Well, I can't let you come on here without you reading our scripture today for Truck Talk.
All right. Well, let's see. The scripture of the day is going to be Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
Okay.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths. As he has directed Richards for over 5 million miles. That's an amazing thing.
That's a good one. When I saw the scripture today, I said, well, okay. Because I've been plunging and looking this morning. I did the one on my Bible app on the radio this morning. Man, I just want to tell you thank you for all the stuff you do for Troy. Most of all, I want to thank you for any time that we reach out to you about something. You come, I reached out to you. This is 2 hour drivers doing this. Richard, I'm so stuck on Richard this morning. But Anthony Knight and Adrian McBride.
Yes.
Did you know, I don't know why I told you the story, these guys been doing this for 3 years by themselves. And they came to me and asked me would I help them with a little advertising. And I've helped them, and you've agreed to be there that day on that Saturday when we be out there. And Ricky Free is going to bring 1 hour trucks. And I'm just excited about all the things that's going on in Saturday.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a huge thing, and those are, it tells you more and more about, the quality men and women, working for this company, and it's just amazing, and it's the aspects of, and it's nice to have this format, to put some of this out there,
Yes.
because it's always gone on. And everybody doesn't always know just how much, but it is unbelievable what Sanders KW has done for Troy, Alabama.
And I tell you, every time I sit here and I think of the things that we've been involved in, the water drives, the bicycles every year, and then Trace comes in and we take this Driver Appreciation Week to the next level. I am super excited. It's coming up, and man, me and Doug is fired up, but we are fired up. Doug he's called me. I got boxes in my office. I want these drivers to hear this now. I got boxes in my office that All our vendors have gave us stuff, and in a way, Trace has just gave us his blessing. Just do it, guys. He just say do it. Man, we're excited.
Well,
And we got to do hard to top last year. We got to work hard. But when you get a driver like Richard that has done what he has done, and you know it's several more, it makes you want to do something for them guys. I tell people, that lawyer, and I won't call his name, but that lawyer that's always talking about call me, I wish he could reach in his closet and not have one of them suits and realize it was on the truck at one time. I just wish this, but without trucking, where would we be?
Absolutely, and I know that I know how much the drivers have appreciated Trace's leadership and everything that you and Doug and y'all have all worked to sort of bring them to light, and just so grateful for Stephen's leadership and the way everything has come around, and just real proud of all that.
Well, when Doug come in there, he made a statement, and we have carried that statement out. He said, I want every driver to be treated as if that driver was the driver that made your check. And this is going to be a welcoming center.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, you got to go to safety. They go, oh. He wants you to say, you got to go to safety. He wants you to be thinking, oh, man, I maybe want a shirt on. I don't know what don't let it be a drag down. And we worked hard to do that, and it's been good. Well, I think the man of the hour is here. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be right back. I think I caught him down in the hall.
Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Look, the new T680s, they're here. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we still have the $1,000 sign-on bonus. We have good equipment. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have a dental plan. We match your 401k up to 4%. Remember, at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. You're not just a number. We know your name. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Family owned. Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Do you need to get home to your furry friend? Then come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines is looking for team drivers. That's right, team drivers. Starting out at $150,000 a year. Yeah, I said it, $150,000 a year. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Who's got the T680? At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home. We got the money. We got the trucks. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. We put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Lines. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money, money, money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. We've been in business since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Blue Cross Blue Shield, 401k. Woo! We got the trucks. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wiley Sanders Truck Line has been in business since 1959, and we're steady getting bigger. I'm surrounded by new equipment. That's right, new equipment. Here's one that's ready to go. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have 401k. We can match your 401k up to 4% of your gross pay. If these tires roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, you make money. Ride the best, drive for the best. Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama. Welcome to Wiley Sanders Truck Line's state-of-the-art bunkhouse. Let me show you. Do you like it cold? Then set it cold. Got the spouse with you? We've got you covered. Sit back in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and watch your favorite TV show. Relax, have a good time. After a long day, you can come in the state-of-the-art bunkhouse and get a great hot shower. Look how nice they are. At Wiley Sanders Truck Lines, we keep it clean for you. Drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we keep it nice and clean. Thank you. And thank you. And thank you.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. The time is here. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you too.
You know what though? I'm gonna be quiet. Trace got something to tell you.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I ain't got nothing to give you. I wish I had something I could give you.
you know, this is by far the biggest mileage award I've ever given. I've given a 4 when I was at Boyd Brothers. I gave a 4 million mile award, but I've never given anyone that has driven 5. That is my milestone on rewards for long driving. But you know, just kind of put things in perspective with what Richard has actually accomplished here. I don't know if everybody realizes it's roughly 25,000, 26, somewhere in that range. Miles around the earth. This guy's done this 5 times. So that means he has been around the earth 215 times to reach 5 million miles. 215 trips around the earth.
Wow.
I mean,
That's a lot of time.
That's a lot of driving, man.
And it's the biggest one you ever did.
By far. It's 1 million more. 4 is the most I've ever done, the biggest award. So, man, I tell you, hats off to you, Richard. What an accomplishment. Man, a true professional at what you do. I mean, it's it's a pleasure. It's guys like you. It's kind of like that going and playing golf and you hit that great golf shot, that one shot that keeps you coming back. It's great guys like you that keep us interested in this business and want to do well. I mean, really, you inspire us to be better at how we treat people and how we deal with drivers, guys like you. Because the job you do, the effort you put in, we see that and we so much appreciate it. But we also, we embrace that and think, man, somebody that is willing to put this much into their job, to do this for us. I mean, you earn my paycheck. Without you, I'm broke. So that's why you guys are so important to me. I mean, you guys earn our check. Most of you guys are salt of the earth. You care about people. And man, it just makes this job easy. It's a pleasure and it's enjoyable. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Oh, you very well.
I don't know of any other way to put it. It's a true blessing to work with people that I consider salt of the earth and that keep this country going. And like Jason said, he was dead on. We got just a little snack of what we feel like truck drivers, how they should be treated during the pandemic. Just a little shot of it. I feel like you should be treated like that every day because you guys, everything in this room is moved on a truck. Everything. At some point in time, a ship, a train, they can't bring it to your doorstep, but the truck can. So, I hope in time that people realize, how important you guys are to this country and to keep this country going. My hat's off to you. I respect you guys to the nth degree and will always support you as long as I'm here, as long as I'm in this industry. It's a pleasure, and I truly enjoy working with you guys.
That's well said. But didn't you bring him something?
Man, I did, and
you got it with you?
I got it with me.
Can I see it?
We got us a little old plaque here. This is a very nice plaque too. I don't know how well you can see it here, but I'm gonna ease up here a little bit, just so folks can maybe see this a little bit. But this is a very, very nice plaque, 5 million miles. And Richard, we're gonna present this here to you today, brother. We very much so appreciate what you do for this company,
Yes,
my friend.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Let's all get up here and take a picture with it, the mayor and Trace. Come on back. Thank you. Thank you for what you do. Get a picture for our Yes.
Good deal, brother. Anything you want to say, it's your time now. Lay it out there.
He gonna say, come about dispatch.
That's the man right there.
That's your man.
Yes, sir. But no, when you work for a great company and you can communicate with people, it makes it all
That's the
work.
key, man. Whew.
We don't always agree with each other, but we always seem to work it out.
That's a mouthful.
And you know, that's what's important. If something's wrong today, let's fix it today. Let's
That's
not
right.
wait till next week to do it. Let's address it as it comes, and we've been able to do that since I've been.
You know,
with
in that communication part, just like you said, we can't fix what we don't know.
that's
You got to
exactly
let
right.
somebody know if you got a problem.
You're exactly
We want
right.
to try to help you with it.
You're exactly right. But you know, I guess I was fortunate. I came down, went through training, and my trainer I had, he was on Robin's board, and he told me it's a good look getting on Robin's board when you come out of training because all his trucks is full. So I sort of figured I was gonna get another dispatcher when I come out of training. You know, that's what I was told. You know, and I go over and I meet Mr. Trillwell, and I sit down with him, and I said, well, am I going to be running for Lee Outlaw or Mike Jones? Because I figured, you know, that'd be one of the ones that would probably get me, you know. He said, you running for Robin. I said, well, Robin said he didn't have no drugs. We found one this morning. I said, okay. That's sort of the way it got started. And me and him started on a relationship that is probably beyond any relationship I could have with anybody other than my father. I have that relationship with Robin. And
That's
there's
good.
been times when I felt down and out, and Robin somehow just seems to how to always motivate me and pick me up and keep me pushing. And I drove for him 13 years OTR, and then I went over to the bulk division and stayed over there about 12 years. And just last week, it was such a great feeling to know that Robin did want me back enough that he got me a truck and let me come over there and run again for him until I decided I don't want to drive no more. And so it's just a real pleasure to have that type of person to work for. It's a company to where if something happens at home, they're gonna get you turned around and get you home just as soon as possible. They don't drag their feet on that, and that's what people feel when they go to work for this company. Is just how much true. Not only does it have family values, but the way it acts is like families act to each other, and that's one of the things I've always found to be so true at Wiley Sanders, and just so thankful for it, Wiley Sanders Company.
Well, Richard, I want to make sure that you know this, and Doug wanted to make sure that you know this. Beyond this date, he did not know this, but he had a call and he's out of town. He's working. He had to go on some company business, and there was no way he could get out of it. Matter of fact, he had to take Daniel with him. But he wanted me to be sure to tell you that we greatly appreciate the job you do. And I want to add to this, I have had students that I have had with trainers and didn't know where to go with them. And one of them is still there now that I put with you because everybody said he'd never make a truck driver. And every time I see that guy, I'm sorry I'm so bad with names, but you know what I'm talking about. Every time I see him on the yard, I just thank God because you say, yeah, Hoss, I'll take you. He can drive a truck, he can drive. If he can't, I'll bring it back to you. And that was fair enough. That was fair enough. I told you the situation. I said, I don't know, I've had this, that. You said, yeah, I'll take it, but I'll tell you now, if you can't drive a truck, I'll bring it back to you. And that's all I needed. And I appreciate it. And Doug wants you to know that we appreciate you as safety. We appreciate what you do. Without you guys training these guys in 2022 and 2020, we wouldn't have the drivers that we have.
Right.
You trainers, y'all make us. And we appreciate it. And I tell you, I thank you. And we ain't through with this today. We got the man who brought you to this company. He's here.
Uh-oh.
He's going to tell a little story on you.
Uh-oh.
Uh-huh. He remember when he hired you.
I remember stories he told when he hired me, too.
Well, man, thank you. And,
Well, that was good stories.
all
Wasn't nothing wrong
right. Man,
with
you
it.
got anything you want to say before we let the other people
No,
go?
I'm just honored to be here. I've been able to work with Richard since he came, and my brother and I. In fact, when you and your new trainee went out to Wilsonville, Oregon, I got to hand him his paperwork for his when he came back to the van division, and I tell you, just you know how much you mean to John and I, and we appreciate all the years that we've been able to we were able to work with you, and the sun don't set on Wiley Sanders truck lines. It's somebody there all the time, and we appreciate that. And Richard, I'm just honored to be here, and I'm honored you're my friend. And
I'm
I
just
appreciate
honored to know you and honor for the years that we've had together.
it. Yes, sir.
So thankful, so honored that every time I needed something, you always delivered for me.
Yes, sir.
And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank
I
you.
know that. I know that.
Trace, you got something else you want to say for?
No, I think I've covered it all. I just, Richard, you said some key things in here today. Communication. Gosh, I can't stress how important that is for us to, to always talk to one another. And if you got a problem, let somebody know, man. We want to help you. But gosh knows we can't fix something we don't know about. I keep saying that, but man, it's just so important. Don't get frustrated and want to leave a company when I promise you we care about you. If you'll just, give us an opportunity to do that. Richard is a prime example. I had an old boss man one time. It was a pretty smart guy. Had a lot of good knowledge about things, and he told me, he said, you teach people how to treat you. And Richard, that's a lot of why people are so good to you, man, because you're good to them. I mean, it's just simple. People, they, if you're good and nice to people, they want to be that way to you. I mean, it's usually how it works. So, I say all this, but I can't take credit for everything on Richard's behalf, because Richard's done a lot to be kind to people at this company too, and he gets it back. And I tell you, I encourage everybody to, we're never too important to be kind to people. Let's always keep that in mind.
Well, one of the things I try to point out to people is, most of the time when a person comes to work for us out of a driving school to drive a truck, most of them are on their last leg. They done tried everything else in the world to be successful, and they have failed at it. So one of the things that's important is that we put enough effort in and enough time in and gain enough knowledge about that person that we can finally let them be successful driving a truck.
That's right.
And, it's just, I remember drivers that couldn't work for me. They couldn't buy anything when they first started. I got to go down with these guys when they bought their first new car, and had a few that never thought they'd own a house before, and I got to be there with them when they closed on their first house. And that's what I get out of this job. I like to see a man that comes in and he's so low on the ground that you got to pull him up, but you got to just keep pulling him up until he stands up and he smiles at you and appreciates what you done for him. And that's what I get out of this job.
Man, that's some powerful stuff right there.
That's all right, Richard.
If everybody took that mentality, we'd be in good shape.
Yes.
Real good shape. Thank you for that.
Well, all right. We're going to take a break. We're going to be right back. We're not done yet. We'll be right back with Truck Talk with Wally Sanders Truck Line.
Wally Sanders Truck Lines. We keep God and family first.
Wally Sanders Truck Lines and Let's Talk About It Ministry are collecting book bags for underprivileged families. Hey, donate a book bag. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wow, they got their book bag. If you want to call and talk about this, call 334-470-2105. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wally Sanders Truck Lines, Troy, Alabama.
At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we still have the $1,000 sign-on bonus. We give you Blue Cross, Blue Shield, 401k. We match it up to 4%. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. Come drive for the company that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We're looking for team drivers. That's right, team drivers. Our team drivers can make up to $150,000 a year. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Wally Sanders Truck Lines, we put God and family first. Look, the new T680s, they're here. At Wally Sanders Truck Line, we still have the $1,000 sign-on bonus. We have good equipment. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. We have a dental plan. We match your 401k up to 4%. Remember, at Wally Sanders Truck Line, these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Come to Wally Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, boy. You're not just a number. We know your name. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Family owned. Troy, Alabama. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Come drive for the best today. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, we can get you home. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Been rolling these wheels since 1959. Money, money, money. Just rolling these wheels. If these wheels roll, you make money. Come drive for the best today. Wally Sanders Truck Line. Troy, Alabama. Wally Sanders Truck Line. We put God and family first. Bo, tell them. Do you need to get home to your furry friend? Then come to Wally Sanders Truck Line. Tell them, Bo. Wally Sanders Truck Lines is looking for team drivers. That's right, team drivers. starting out at $150,000 a year. Yeah, I said it, $150,000 a year. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Who's got the T680? At Wiley Sanders Truck Line, we put God and family first. We got Blue Cross Blue Shield. We can get you home. We got the money. We got the trucks. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We put God and family first. Are you looking for a good company? A company can get you home and you make good money? Then you need to call Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Blue Cross Blue Shield. Hey, you know we still had a $1,000 sign-on bonus. We match your 401k up to 4%. We've been in business since 1959. We've been rolling these wheels with money since 1959. Come drive for the best today. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Come to Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
And we're back with Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Now, Richard, I just got one question. Because you accomplished the 5 million miles. I understand how you did that. But you accomplished something that I ain't been able to accomplish. How long has Truck Talk been? Shoot me a finger. 5 years? 3 years? 4 years? I ain't been able to accomplish getting the county commissioner up there. And here you are, and there he is. So I know you did that. Because I ain't been able to do that. So tell me the secret, because I want him back.
Oh, you want him back?
I want him back. Do I just need to go through you? If you're his agent, that's fine. I got no problem with that.
No, he's my agent. He's always been my agent.
He's your agent.
World's best travel agent.
You know, it's not many companies you can go to and you can look at people and you don't always think about work. I can look at Ricky and I can flash my mind back of him meet me at a restaurant with a truck because I want to take a picture of him and his wife picking me up and taking me for a ride on the boat, me and my wife. I look at Robin, I can think of somebody we used to work nights together, get off and go shoot. You know, we didn't do like these crazy people do now. We shot in cans.
Right.
In the woods, so it wouldn't hurt nobody. Let me make that clear. Everybody said the county commissioner will shoot. And when I look at that, and I look at you, and I look at all these people, and the ones who have talked before you, it makes you feel good to be a part of this. A part of this. This man here, he told me he recruited you. And when you won Driver of the Month, he wanted to come on. You know, he said, I want to come on and be with Richard. I said, okay. So this time I told him, I said, I want you to come on and be with him because he done made a milestone. He said, I'll be there. He don't wear his khakis for everybody.
Oh,
He don't wear his
I thought somebody might be getting married. That's the first time
he
I've ever
don't
seen
wear
that.
his khakis for everybody. When he put his khakis on, he don't business that day.
He's serious then, ain't he?
And be careful because his wife is looking at the show.
Uh-huh.
I ain't got no phone call, so I must be not done did that wrong. But she'll text and tell, stop doing that. Stop doing that. No, but it's good that we all know each other. We're like family, you know. I go see Robin every Thursday with a driver. And I say this, Robin, you hear me say it. I tell a driver when I said, this is Robin Sullivan. He's a God-fearing man. He's gonna do what he say he's gonna do. All you got to do is do it. I tell him that every Thursday.
He does.
And he's right. He will do that. He will do that. I can understand why you went back to it to finish out your career. Robin, tell us something good.
Well, I want to expand a little bit on what y'all been talking about. Richard brought a lot of drivers in and trained them himself. He brought a lot of other trainees in too that we were able to train and keep. And I was looking before I came over here, and one of the guys he hired and trained was David Magoo. And David Magoo still works for us. He left for a few months and came back, but he's almost got 3 million miles.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And Richard brought him in. He was one of those guys that was near about down to his last leg when he started.
Yeah.
And he's one of our best drivers. I mean, a lot of our guys are really good drivers, and he's just a really good driver. He picks his loads up on time, delivers his loads on time, turns his paperwork in on time. All those things are important with what we do every day, and the communication part of that is so strong. I can't stress enough to these younger guys that are coming on now. Tell us what's wrong. Tell us what you got on your mind. Tell us what you need to do so we can help you do that. I mean, we got loads going all over the country, and if you need to get to a specific spot, I think we do a better job of that than any company in the world. I really
know
do.
we do.
And
I know we do.
there's nothing that we won't try to work out for our guys, and that's a fact. We do it every day.
I know we will. Well, I'm gonna ask Ricky a real question. I'm anxious to see what the answer gonna be. When you hired Richard, did you see this day?
I did not. And me and Mr. J.R. Ward, J.R. was there then. You take a man that had a career, well, he traveled in all over the United States with Olin Mills taking pictures. He spent a lot of time away from home then, away from his family. So he knew kind of what he was getting in trucking. The only reason he left Olin Mills is because they went out of business. But, you know, take a guy coming from taking pictures in a hotel rooms all over the United States to driving a truck, he's, you know, we had our doubts. You know, will he stick with it? But I tell you, Richard's a person, if he ever sets his mind on doing something, he's going to do it. No matter what, he's going to stick with it, and he's going to do it to the best of his ability. And he has helped a million driver here at Wiley Sanders. Took money out of his pocket, fed them, you know, out on the road when he's training them. I mean, they don't have to worry about meals. I mean, don't have to worry about anything but learning how to drive a truck.
Yep.
And that means a lot.
And let me add to that, please, without interruption too bad. He would also take those guys to his house when they went by home and take care of them until they went back out on Sunday or Monday or whatever the case was. And I'll tell you, Richard was one of those that came here. He was down there pretty low. And I said, well, you guys not coming in, but he'll be in a day or two. He said, I got to go to work. So I got him a ride to meet his trainee up in. We just worked it out, you know, to get him so he could go on and get started.
You know, one of the things I do on Thursdays is when I'm carrying a guy around that's a regular driver,
Yeah.
or trainee, I ask the question.
Yep.
And I run in dispatch. I'll let y'all know the answer. But when I ask the guy, will you want to leave? And that guy said, now,
Yeah.
he's got my main attention.
Yep.
I give him all attention, but that guy's got my main attention.
Yeah.
Because when you want to work, you want to go to work right then and there. You ready to go to work. I watched it. Me and Ricky keep up with it. A guy that leaves the day we hire, that usually make a good driver.
Yep.
That guy that wants to go home on this Thursday, he been in training all week, and not training, but in orientation all week. And he said, I'll see you Monday or Sunday. You may see him and you may not. That's what the world is faced with.
Yeah.
That's why it's such important to have a driver like Nolan. And he gave us all of us a scare a couple of weeks ago when he was sick. I called Ricky and I said, oh, Ricky said, he's going to have to get better. He's going to have to get better. And I couldn't stand it. I had to ease on out there. You don't know. I tell people this all the time. And my number keeps going higher and higher. A driver need a little something. And the shop may not think he need it. He may want a little light on just a little something. I say, give him that light. If he leaves here, it'll take 5 people to replace what he does.
Yeah.
Somebody like Richard, it'll take 10.
Yeah.
That's what they don't realize. You don't lose one. You lose a commodity.
Yeah.
A guy that can talk to tradies, a guy that can trade, drive, teach. Because you got to be able to teach the trade. You got to teach them like, well, I like that. I bet he probably the only one who probably could teach me how to do it. That thing is something else, you know. If you ain't got the person that is teaching you that knows it ins and out. Richard knows it in and out. And then you get down to the dispatcher. You get a veteran dispatcher like you, I tell driver, listen, this guy know what he's doing. Just trust him. He wants to make money. He gonna make you make money. But you gotta communicate.
That's it.
You don't know if I woke up this morning I want to go to Florida if I don't tell you, do you?
Got no idea. and I send you up the East Coast and you say, that sorry thing, you should have sent me to Florida.
Richard, where do you like to run at?
It really don't matter to me. I don't have no preference. As long as I'm making money, I really don't care.
You know?
It's all one more city. It's all one more mile. It's all more money in my pocket. And as long as them wheels are rolling on that truck, that cash register, ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And when it stops, It's no sale. I mean, it's just that's the bottom
What is it,
line.
Richard? A no sale?
It's a no sale, and that's what that's what I try to teach these guys when they come into this industry. You can make as much money as you want.
That's right.
I believe it takes three things to make money in trucking. First thing is you've got to have the equipment to get the job done. Wally Sanders has got the best equipment of any company in the industry to go out there and get that job done. The second thing you got to have freight. If the company ain't got no freight, you're not gonna make no money. I guarantee you, Wally Sanders has got plenty of freight. All you got to do is get off your yang and go out there and deliver. The third thing it takes is you've got to work. Now, as long as those guys have been there, you and Ricky and myself and Robin, we can do anything in the world to help a driver. But the one thing we can't do is make them
Work
work.
for it.
They have got to want to work if they want to make money driving a truck. And I think sometimes when people come into this industry, they're coming into it and think it's sort of laid back. You don't have to work hard. And it's important when somebody first gets on the truck to start explaining to them, this is hard work. And, and that's what I tell these drivers out here when I go to the schools to recruit drivers and all. If you're just looking for something to have fun with, this is not where you want to go to. Because you can have fun in this job. You go get to see places you probably never seen in your life and probably never will see again. But you've got to work hard if you want to make money. And I think that's the hardest point to get across to them sometimes. But once you get that across to them and they see they can make the money, then most of the time they'll come around for you.
Well, we got some that have worked hard. Now we ain't gonna let you pull the buck division. What we gonna do? We're gonna let Robin pull the buck division. Head that to Robin. This drive of the month. Pull one, Robin. Just rake your hand there, look up in the sky.
Just pull one out.
Just pull one out and read his name. That's the drive of the month. Take his picture and get the drive of the month.
David Weichert.
All right. Hand that to Ricky Free.
He's on truck 4414, and Rodney Cobb is his dispatcher.
We're going to let you pull the fertilizer division. Yeah.
Donald Pritchett, truck 4864.
All right. Get that to Ricky Free. And we're going to let you pull the band. Whoa, that was fast. Y'all didn't know off that quick, did you? Saw that?
Dan Dodridge, truck number
Dan.
7105.
Oh, damn.
Dan's been here a long time.
Thomas
Dan's a
here.
good man.
Dan's a good guy. He's a good trainer too.
He's a good trainer.
He's trained a lot of good students.
You know, I love the drive of the month because of the fact.
Good shop.
Yeah, we're going to do shoplift. But the drive of the month, the reason I love it so much is the creative ideas. I started off by putting a banner on the by the scales. And Ronnie Bozeman, he just kept on, every time I've learned in this job, like you said about working hard, I don't see every vision. Sometimes I have to listen. He said, I want to put it on that wall. I said, why you want to put it on that wall? Can't nobody see. He said, the driver can when he driving in.
Yeah.
We put it there, and then I couldn't be outdone. I said, well, I want to put one over the driver's lounge too, because he goes in the driver's lounge. And we put those banners up, and the reason I said get these to Ricky, because sometimes the month falls like it fell today. I don't want to take from a driver and pulled it last week, and they not have their time. Well, some people say, well, you could have pulled it. Well, this driver may do something good this week that his dispatcher might have been this on the fence. And so, you got to give everybody their full month. I called Swindler. I said, I got to have a banner Monday. I'm going to get a pull Monday. I'm going to get Ricky to bring it to me. I want them banners Monday because I'm going to put them up today. It's real important to me that y'all get y'all recognition. It's real important. I got another little surprise for you.
Uh-oh.
I ain't got it with me, but I got another little surprise for you. Little things like that goes a long way. It's just the little tweaks you do. I come out to my office Saturday. I was hunting something. I'm always hunting something to lose or something. Well, Mike Abels on his show had a bake sale, and we had bought a pound cake. We took the pound cake and we put it there. You know where the drivers come in at. They had ate a little bit of it. We had a key lime pie. See, the Lord will lead you right, no matter what your thinking is. Well, me and Dale decided we're going to eat that key lime pie. I'm just going to tell the truth. We're going to eat that key lime pie. But we forgot it. We forgot to eat it. So when I come out there Saturday, I went in my refrigerator and I set the key lime pie. I did what the Lord wanted to be done with it anyway.
Right.
I picked it up. I carried it to the driver's. I sitting on the guy. It was some guys in there. One guy got up. He said, "Go to my truck, get a knife." But that little thing, I'll make a driver think, I was there on a Saturday, and the guy come and bought me a piece of pie. What I love about it, I ain't trying to get no brownie points. I'm too old. I'm too old for that. But Trace has really, really, really put off the atmosphere of taking care of you guys. And that makes everybody around him work hard at it. I tell everybody, he's very drive oriented. It took me a long time to learn this part here. Every time I would introduce him to a group of students, I make this big spiel. And he would always tell me, I said, "Man, just tell him about Adrian. I don't need all that." He said, we work together. And I guess when it really got a little, he told me one day, he said, "Just call my name. Just tell him." And I realized, I said, this guy's serious. He don't want that. And now, when I have a class and I say, "This is Trace Parker, he won't say a few words here." He talked to her, he goes off and leaves. Then they asked me who he is. So he don't even go around saying he the president. I said, well, that was the president. So when you get people that is that position can humble themselves, who are you and I? Everybody, if we just be humble and believe in the Lord, helps us to be that. I love to introduce a driver, especially a young kid that I think gonna need some help. I love introducing somebody like Robert. No offense on none of our dispatchers. Lee Outlaw. Well, I see that book on their desk. When you see that book on their desk, at some point in time they read that. And the Bible says it'll draw you and make you flee. it'll do one of the two. And that helps us grow. That's what helps us grow. We'll believe in company. We believe. And we say it now in the commercial. We put God and family first. When you start there, it's 90% done. It's 90% done. All you got to do is do the other 10%. And you do that, Richard. You put off that to say, hey, let's do this. You want to learn? I'm going to teach you.
Yep.
You want a good company? You're here. And that's good. We can't say we couldn't give you enough plaques. We couldn't give you enough. It's sort of like I heard a preacher say one time, say, ain't no way we can thank Jesus enough, and ain't no way we can do enough because he did the ultimate. Yes, he died for us. You did everything but die for us. You did it. You have. Robert said it a while ago. You went out and got drivers. You trained drivers. You talked to customers.
Yep.
You did it all, and that's an accomplishment. And I'm proud to know you as a friend and as a coworker. I really am. All thing I hate is I was the man that recruited you. Because see how he's standing up here? He's like, yeah, y'all boys ain't got one of these. and we say that all the time. I tell Ricky Ricky will say it. We was in Lowe's the other day. He said, yeah, that's my boss, man. He ought to help me out. He gave me a coupon. I don't do that. Harbor Break. Yeah, we was in Harbor Break. He gave me a coupon. But I take the Trace Parker's attitude. We just work together. We just work. We co-workers. We work together. We got a job to do. We know what to do. And that's why we get along. That's why everybody, you're a dispatcher. Nobody's got to tell you what to do today.
No.
When you leave here,
I had to
you
learn.
go to your desk and do your job.
Like everybody else. You have to go in there and learn.
Your job. And don't it make you feel good to work for a company? Nobody's going to micromanage you.
That's right. And we have so many different types of people that walk through our door. And we have to figure out what they need. And everybody has needs. We can't forget that.
Yeah.
Everybody has needs. Everybody has to do stuff at home. Everybody has to go to the doctor, those kind of things. And you have to realize that sometimes this guy's gonna need an extra day off.
Yeah.
And that's part of how you figure out how to be successful with these people, is allowing them to do the personal things they have to do. And then when they come back to you, they're ready to go.
You know, and I see these young guys, a lot of them say, well, I got kids, I can't do this. And I kind of bicker with that a little bit because I had kids and I run the road hard.
Yep.
But I made sure I use my time wisely. But I made a little deal with Austin. I told him that if you want me at every event, I'll be there. But we can't stop at McDonald's every time we leave practice.
That's it.
You take the choice.
Yeah.
And that's what he understood. When I have went by on the trucks. I have went by, come from a trip. I have went to a game and lead a game, headed out,
Yep.
you know. And, which now, you can't do it like the old days. You know, it's a little different. But you can work around it.
Yep.
Because you got a company that'll work around it with you. Ricky, let's get that shopping floor. I think they done told us it's time for us to get out of here. All right, let's see. Well, Robin, we're going to let Robin pull the shop. I've been trying to get him on here 4 years. We're going to let him pull the shop.
I'm glad I finally got the opportunity to be here. It's been a pleasure to be here. Terrell Hammonds.
Terrell Hammonds. All right, let me have that one. Robin, let me ask you something. How long have you been in county commission?
I was elected in 2004.
You and Mr. Barrow along.
Commissioner Barron. We also, that year we had 4. Commissioner Wright, Homer Wright, and then Commissioner David Carpenter, who passed during his first term. So,
Are y'all all still there?
Commissioner Wright, Commissioner Barron, and myself are still on.
Y'all all was elected at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Ain't that a blessing? How many years would that be?
This coming up on 20 at the end of this term, which will be 2024.
The reason I found that out, Mr. Barrett told me, he said, you know Robin Sullivan? I said, yeah. He said, me and him got on county commission at the same time. And I thought about it. I remember when you, and I said I was going to ask you. I said, well, thank you for what y'all do.
Thank y'all. I appreciate
Thank
it.
the Rose out there. Miss Sanders thanks you. I did deliver your message. I told her, I said, he won't let you know that they were sorry it took so long. I'm just partial to Pike County and our surrounding area. The things we got going on and the things we do and the jobs and the college and the sheriff and you just can't say enough about the Sanders and all the companies, KW Plastic, KW Containers, KW Recycler, Fertilizer Company. You can't say enough about what it does for Pike County. And you throw that college in there, and you throw all these good restaurants in there. You know, what you tell me, we frequent them. Richard, you frequent them.
Not me.
You can tell I frequent them pretty often.
Well,
Sometimes people ask me who I know. I say, well, I'll tell you who I don't know. I don't know Jenny Craig. Ain't sure she is.
you know, when we first got Truck Talk with Wireless and those truck lines, I was asked what we gonna do. Because we was coming on with Mike Amos on Monday. So we're gonna talk about trucking and drivers. It's very easy to talk about trucking. I don't care who I have on the show. I got one ace in the hole. I can always look at them and say, everything you got on was on the truck with them. That's a powerful statement. I can always say that. When I run out of something to say, I can say, everything you got on was on the truck at one time.
If you bought it, a truck brought it.
That is correct. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you, Richard.
Yeah,
Thank you. I want to shake your hand again and show everybody that flag. Let me see that. Let's show everybody that. That thing is nice. That thing is nice. In Doug's absence, he know how forgetful I am. This was sitting in my chair. It went a big old box. There's no way I could forget it. I took it. I kept it in my arm. That would have been so embarrassing. That's you. That's you. That is. You gotta always keep. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. That's
very,
beautiful.
very, very nice.
Very, very nice. I would love. I would love to ask you if you would let it stay in the driver's lounge today. Just let the driver see it.
Sure.
I work at a company that's not gonna get gone. I have Molly to put it up at night. I would just like for the drivers to see it, and maybe it may inspire somebody. Well, I want to be that. That's what Driver of the Month does. So many times I'm on that golf cart, and people will look up there, drivers, and they'll say, "I'm gonna get on that." And I always tell them, "Well, get on it then. Get on it."
You can go to his house and look. He's got a wall that's got plaques, and that's just going to add to it. He's got Salesman of the Year from Olin Mills through the years. I mean, he's got a trophy case.
You know what that's a sign of?
Willing to work and willing to do your job to the fullest.
That's it, Ricky. I ain't gonna even say nothing else. That's it. That's it. I can't. You ever heard them answers when somebody give a good answer? You know, don't touch that. Leave that alone. You gave me my answer. That's
right.
good. Robert, thank you.
Thank you.
Glad to have you. Thank you for what
for
you do out
having
there,
me.
Sanders.
I'm glad
Thank
I
you.
was able to come finally.
It's been a
been a
good day.
blessing
It's
to
been a
be
good
here.
show. It's been a good show. Thank our camera lady. She's been sitting on there taking y'all. Boy, y'all gonna be on Facebook. Somebody asked me one time, said, "Oh, she ain't got no Facebook?" I said, "I don't need one." I don't need one.
I want to thank Richard again for his hard work and dedication to Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Yeah, I want Richard to come out there. I want you to come out safety today and bring your plaque. I want to show the people that we hired today who you are and what we've done. And please, Kayla, get this on YouTube for us today so people can see it. I want people to see what you done. I don't want. We didn't take this day lightly. We had the president of the company. What the old folks used to say, we bought out the big guns for you. Ricky bought them khakis out. But no, it's good. I'm always stealing something. I stole one from Trace today. You teach people how to treat you. That's pretty good. If you treat people nice, they'll treat you nice. And you do that.
Well, one of the things my daddy, he preached to me my whole life is when you go to work for somebody, they expect you to do a job. But you should expect yourself to do the job. Yeah. And that's just the attitude I've always had. I know when I came to Wiley Sanders, they expected me to do the job, but before I ever got there, I expected myself to do the job. And I think that helps a lot. And that's what I tell these new drivers coming in. You got to expect yourself to do a good job.
What kind of camera did you use? What was you shooting?
We were using binoculars.
Okay.
And but I enjoyed it. You know, I traveled all over the United States, Canada, and England with that company. And then I came to work for the truck, and I'm like, boy, here I am. At least I don't have to wear a suit and tie no more every day. And I tell you what's truth, man. I got to be old, especially in the summertime. But
well, I want a tie for you today.
What's that?
I want a tie for you today. I don't wear it every month.
I hear you.
I don't wear it every month.
You pretty slick today.
Yeah, it was an important day. It was an important day. If the president was coming to town, we'd all have on a tie. So I put on one for you because I was the host, but that was for you.
Well, that's good, man.
And I'm gonna get you one like this.
Well, hold on, yeah, I'll wear it too.
The rest of this year, you go study get stuff for your. Me and Doug gonna talk about. I wasn't supposed to tell that, but just all along the rest of the year, you may find something on the seat of your truck. You may get a message come out safety. We want this to be exactly what it is. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's a big deal. It just don't happen every day. This is a big deal. And I dare not sit around being in the position I'm in and let it just one Monday show.
Yeah.
I'll talk about this every Monday for a long time. We had the mayor out here. We had the president of the company. Had one of them A-train dispatchers out here. I got something to go back and pick Thomas Hicks about it. You ain't got no 5 million miles drive. I'm just, you know me, I'm ready to get something started. I just can't wait. But he gonna say, yeah, but my driver won the driver of the month. I appreciate you dispatchers too for always making sure y'all put them guys in there. They can't win if we don't get them in there.
Yeah.
Y'all always get it. I appreciate you, Ricky. And, you know, everybody think, I don't think all this stuff. Ricky asked me, so, did you drive on the month? Yeah. And we're about to get out of here. We've had fun. This has been Truck Talk with Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Goodbye. Wave goodbye, everybody. Wave goodbye. Make it look good. Yeah. Goodbye. Goodbye, goodbye. I think we call
Wally Sanders Strut Lines. We keep God and family first.
Wally Sanders Strut Lines and Let's Talk About It Ministry are collecting book bags for underprivileged families. Hey, donate a book bag. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wow, they got their book bag. If you want to call and talk about this, call 334-470-2105. I got my book bag.
I got my book bag.
Wiley Sanders Strut Lines, Troy, Alabama.
At Wiley Sanders Strut Line, we still have the $1,000 sign-on bonus. We give you Blue Cross, Blue Shield, 401k. We match it up to 4%. Wiley Sanders Strut Line. Come drive for the best today. Come drive for the company that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders.